For many knitters, the long-tail cast-on is the only knitting cast-on that they ever use in their knitting. I myself exclusively used the long-tail cast-on for many years, so this is a great cast-on to learn after you've mastered the very beginner cast-on I demonstrated in another video. The first step in doing a long tail knitting cast-on is to form your long tail. So to do that, one trick that I always use when I use this cast-on is wrapping the yarn around your needle 10 times. And that tells you roughly how much tail you will need to form 10 stitches doing a long tail cast-on. So right here you see that I've got the long end of my yarn pinched between my pointer finger and my thumb. When I take this off the needle, this tells me how much yarn I need for 10 stitches, so just use that as a measuring gauge if you want to cast on more than 10 stitches. But for our demonstration's sake, I just want 10. So there's the 10 stitches, and I'm going to give it a couple more inches for the added tail so I don't run out of yarn. Now I will wrap my long tail around my thumb and pointer finger, creating a triangle like this, and I'll grab the tails in my other 3 fingers. Grabbing my knitting needle, I'm going to begin by bringing my needle behind the yarn that's between my thumb and pointer fingers and twisting it. You can also begin this with a slip knot if you prefer. Then, once we've got that twist on our needle, we're going to go along our thumb and under that yarn. And then there's the third leg of our triangle that we're going to catch and pull through. So right away we've cast on 2 stitches using our long tail cast on, but I want to cast on 10. So I'm going to keep going. Now that those 2 first stitches are secure, we'll do the second step only to add more stitches. Go along your thumb, over the pointer finger yarn, and back through that opening, and then drop your thumb yarn to tighten. Along the thumb, over the pointer, and back through. Along the thumb, over the pointer, and back through. The long tail cast on becomes very much a muscle memory sort of action really quickly, and I definitely think that's why so many knitters, once they master the long tail cast on, like to use it exclusively. So that's the long tail cast on.